on to the Halcyon fold. Both teams making their way out of the base.
From the right now to the left, JoBro, and from the left to the right this time here, Ancient it is, and as said, 1-0 for JoBro, and totally interesting. I think we never had that before, especially in the ban and the draft pick mode we have implemented for this event at VGL. A complete mirror match after the first match. That is totally unexpected.
Yeah, I definitely didn't think it would be the exact same hero lineups, just on opposite teams. But hey, you know, there's a first time for everything. We'll have to see how it works out. Up in the lane, not too much happening, mostly just some farming back and forth.
Yeah, so I mean, now we definitely can compare those two teams and saying, all right, they played better with that comp and they played better with those comp. Pretty interesting to have this analysis option, and Mike Ross here playing Scarf on lane, Yazan11 not playing Scarf this time, but Celeste, as said, both teams swapped the choices, and there comes early damage, but this is just kind of a, yeah, I wanted to say bait, which is, it actually can Theodore pick up the kill? No, not in the end, very close.
Yeah, extremely close. Great job there by Glaive to use that afterburn to push Yazan into the wall, but not enough to get a kill here, as it's like everyone just a big wave of minions about to crash into this turret. Hopefully for Mike Ross, he will be able to pick up most of it though.
Alright, Morgan coming with the Kaku into the lane bush, so all three grouped up here. On the other side here left, Theodore continuing with Glaive now in the jungle, as well as on the right side now Morgan and Saif are going down here to finish up their route.
Yep, again, nothing too big happening early on. A very close call, but that was it. As we take a look at the CS numbers, 18-16 for the laners and 12-12 for the junglers. Another very even match. And again, if the last game is anything to go off of, this should be another really exciting one, especially with them being so close at the start of the game.
Okay, so gold here stolen from Ancient. JoBro not very amused, but of course they can't do anything at 2 versus 3 since Celeste. Yazan11 here still in the lane. 23 CS versus 18 from Mike Ross, so slightly ahead here. That's totally fine, and we do see this in the total gold payout on the top, being ahead 200 gold.
Yeah, of course that difference is based on purely the fact that Mike Ross had gone down to the shop and purchased a couple items. As now that Yazan is doing that, you'll see Mike Ross catch up in those CS numbers pretty quickly. So nothing to be concerned about there. As take a look, he is, once this wave is down, he will be right back up to about 2 CS behind. So again, just so incredibly even, these two teams.
Yep.
But taking a look at the minimap, you see a lot of red dots. That's those scout wards being placed all over by JoBro. They were the ones doing a lot of the invading last game, and just want to make sure that they don't get the same treatment done to them.
All right, 2 versus 3 here. Morgan decided to join once again the lane. See that from another perspective this time, but I think nothing too crazy is going to happen here. Now everything is even. Oh, nice goop place. There comes the afterburn. And oh, maybe Saif will fall here, or maybe Yazan, we don't know yet. No, they can all escape and back up their way to the jungle.
Yeah, move speed abilities available on multiple members of each team. It's really only the 2 laners that don't have some kind of self increased movement speed ability. So as long as those 2 aren't the ones getting caught out, there's really not going to be a whole lot of action. But if they can get the Yazan or Mike Ross to be the ones caught out of position, that's when I think we're going to see the first blood come through. But for now, just again continuing to farm. Slight lead now being built up by the side of Ancients. That is predominantly just from I'd have to assume it's just from the fact that Arden has been right with Glaive the entire time, while Safe has been making these trips up into the lane pretty frequently.
Okay, so Saif here going interesting way on the left side down, facing here Tyodor and Spicy Fries, but of course they don't want to kill Saif, they want to kill the others, but I mean, if it comes down, of course you take down the tank as well.
Yeah, you take a kill anywhere you can get, especially early on. Safe isn't going to be that tanky. You know, a lot of the tankiness comes from the items or stacking up the heroic perk of Catherine, but they aren't able to do that in the early game, so it's not really you know, too bad of a situation if you can catch out a tank in the early games. So
yeah, I totally
still
agree.
hasn't happened though.
Yeah, I mean, if the tank is mispositioning himself, of course, everyone would take him down. But sometimes it's like a bait and you follow just a little bit too far. And oh, that was a close one, since Theodore almost stole that one here. Saif's, excuse me, Yazan's, oh, nice Haliogenesis picking up here the enemy Scarf, which was played by Mike Ross. And I said the Solar Storm was just like half a second or less than that too early fired on the Gold Miner, so therefore very lucky that JoBro still could pick it up here.
Yeah, definitely a little bit early, but you know, ends up working out for them. They get the gold mine, they get the kill, so a bit of a lead being built up for JoBro again early on. But you know, we saw the exact same thing in our first game, and we all know that that ended up being significantly closer than what it looked like it would be. So we'll have to see if Ancients can make another. I mean, it's not a huge comeback at this point, as they catch Celeste out. That should be a kill.
Oh, or it is not, but there we go. Mike Ross with the Spitfire in the end, and the auto attack here picking up Yazan 11.
That was almost an absolutely magnificent play from Yazan, getting the 3-man stun.
Yeah.
But unfortunately just not enough to escape with their life.
And I know from the chat lobby that Yazan 11 is a bit under time pressure, so most likely JoBro, they want and they try to force up the second match, because if they actually have to go to a third match, could be a 2 versus 3 or something else. But in the end, Mike Ross here getting a lot of damage. Scarf falling, 1-0 trade so far for JoBro. Everything is fine. And yeah, Ancient, they picked up here the gold miner, which is okay, since they now are back in terms of gold, only 500 gold behind. Saif is still kind of chasing Theodore. He knows that he's out of energy, and I think he stole that 81 gold. Stunning, preparing Morgan's X-Ratsu, and picking up the kill.
Yeah, we've seen this a couple times this game now from Saif, just going in extremely aggressively. Of course, not going to be looking to pick up the kill themselves, because it's a Catherine. You're not. That's just not going to happen usually. But just stalling for enough time in order to get Morgan or Yazan into position to continue the fight and pick the kill up for them. That's the second or third time now that we've already seen Saif do this. It's really, really smart to do, but it is very risky to do as well, because it puts you in such a vulnerable position if the enemy team can answer to it and react first. But that hasn't happened for Ancients just yet, and it is leading to a 4-1 kill lead in favor of JoBro.
Alright, yeah, gold miner taken. Just showed you that guy, meaning the left gold miner taken from the red team, which is playing from the right to the left, putting pressure here on the map, because as we know, when you capture the gold, the minion miner, excuse me, your lane minions will be stronger and push against the enemy lane minions. Yazan 11 here trying to force the first tower. Somehow he's on 77 last hits on the same side here. Mike Ross also 77. So one-on-one, head-to-head here. Very interesting matchup on the lane.
Yeah, these two are so even. The entire game is going to come down to the jungle duos of each team. And right now it is JoBro that has the lead in that category. However, again, the last game, they looked like they had the game fully in hand, and there's Ancients put on a huge comeback effort. We'll have to see if they can do the same thing this time. Minion Candy is down on the gold mine.
Gauntlet dropped here almost perfectly, kind of zoned but blocked and walked away from Saif, I think. There comes a perfect Solar Storm, putting a lot of damage onto Theodore. That's a target you want to get down first. And the gold miner joining the party, somehow zoning here. JoBro from the fight and dealing constantly damage. Reflection here provided from Saif, and now he's on the minion candy. That guy hurts. I would go away pretty quick. Look at that. I think they can't stay this fight. And oh my god, I can't stop with the commentary. Look at Morgan picking up here a kill. What an impressive play. Catherine picking up another one. And Mike Ross, he has to go away.
Yeah, that was such a good fight for JoBro. Even with the gold mine being on that minion candy, trying to do constant damage the entire time, they kited around the fight so well. Didn't allow Mike Ross on the Scarf, as he is actually going to get picked up and killed in lane by Yazan. But you know, they were trying, Scarf and Glaive were just trying to get onto someone, but they were just moving around so frequently, and constant stuns coming out of the Catherine and the Celeste prevented them from being able to do too much. And in the end, JoBro picking up the kills and getting the gold mine back on their side, now up to a 3,000 gold lead here at 11 minutes into this game. And Ancients really gonna have to start looking to get their comeback on once again, and they need to start doing it quickly before this lead gets too far out of hand.
Totally agree on that. So JoBro here putting the pressure on Ancient. And now again here, the Haliogenesis trying to zone away the enemy. Kaku incoming, but I think way too deep, since now they can focus, but somehow able to snipe Spicy Fries, and Morgan able to get away. So this is the kill here from Yazan11 picking up the tank. Spicy Fries falling, and what a core collapse, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this and learn.
That is an ace picked up by JoBro. Huge plays coming out of Yazan on the Celeste. Able to get the stuns with the core collapses and the Heliogenesis, doing so much damage. Of course, the solar flare being fired up through the entire team after Morgan kind of baited them together. You know, went into the team, looked like it was going to be a suicide mission, but in the end, it was really just a bait, getting them all grouped together for that solar storm to come through and do huge chunks of damage from the bottom of the jungle. JoBro really starting to look like they are in control. As you mentioned, you know, they're on that time limit with Yazan. Looks like they really want to make sure that they end this one and don't give Ancients that chance to come back.
Totally looks like that. And I mean, what I were stopped in the last match, that JoBro is for such a long time participating in VGL, not only in the one-on-one events back then at the end of 14, beginning of 15 we did when there was no spectator mode. Yazan11, I know Saif from that event, they started to play in the 2-on-2 events, and then they kind of like changed somehow from time to time their roster with the third guy. So it looks like those two guys are really sticking together like glue, and that's pretty, I mean, intense to see this storyline creating for such a long time a friendship in Vainglory.
Yeah, definitely. Actually gonna be looking up at the top side. Yazan completely on his own, but not having to worry too much. The rest of his team is now catching up to his position. And again, JoBro with the gold mine getting close to paying out. Want to just keep this pressure on, make sure that Ancients can't get out of their base to go and try and steal that back. Kraken is going to be spawning in about a minute, but it looks like JoBro just wants to pressure this turret.
Yeah, want to pressure that one, but there comes the gauntlet drop, plus everyone is stunned. There comes again the ultimate. Nice kill here, first kill, and Saif might fall as well. 1-for-1 trade so far. Well done. Good defense here from Ancient. The question is, how long can they, or are they able to stand this poke from Yazan11, since he definitely knows how far he can go. Morgan soaking up some damage here, but now, oh, 463 damage with the Supernova.
And of course, the turrets with that hotfix have increased defenses when there's no minions in range, but there's a huge Dragon's Breath.
Oh, what a Dragon's Breath, and Morgan picking up here Scarf and just auto-attacking Spicy Fries for the bonus movement speed to get away.
Yeah, we saw Yazan there continuing to try and poke down that turret without the minions in range. With the hotfix that did go out onto I believe it was on Wednesday morning, the turrets get an immense amount of armor and shield when there are no enemy minions within its sight range. So really, the Yazan was doing almost no damage to it, despite constantly dropping that heliogenesis right onto the turret. So it is going to remain standing. Definitely a great deterrent to that kind of, backdoor split push strategy, whatever you want to call it, where teams would just, without minions, just walk straight down the lane and take out turrets.
Yeah, Yazan trying to start here the Kraken just because of the time pressure, I think. But then backed off. Saif chasing the enemy, and now maybe they can turn it down here. Mike Ross, look at the damage provided by Morgan, and there comes the Solar Storm. What a snipe, ladies and gentlemen. It's hitting and finishing off here the carry from the enemy team. We have to go to Spicy Fries here. Well done, he is falling as well. And Tyrodar trying to clean up the lane, but I think they can't stay, or he can't stay for too long. There he goes down.
Yeah, he did clear out those minions, so it is going to mean that these turrets on the Vein Crystal have a lot of defenses. Of course, a lot of damage being done. As you see, Safe getting dropped very low thanks to the turret. They have to juggle the aggro of that turret a bit. They do end up picking up one of the Vein Crystal turrets. Only one stands between them and the next round of the tournament. Now it looks like they may be looking to go for this Kraken to try and finish off the game.
Yeah, and of course here Ancient's a bit of aware of the fact, so I don't think that they can capture in time. Maybe Ancient most likely to steal that one, but of course Morgan Safe trying to push them back, and Yazan constantly damaged, and there comes the ultimate from Scarf. They are trying to get it, but no! Yazan is taking it, Gauntlet drop, no chance here, but they are using the block to continue the chase on two Mike Ross, who is in the end falling. And I think Tasty Bacon, this could be the game.
Yeah, very much looks like it. They have the Kraken, they have minions, they have only one defender for 15 seconds and only one turret to destroy. It's going to go down so quickly with the minions there to break through that, I believe, 300 extra defenses. The turret is down, the Vein Crystal is down. Good game, JoBro moving on in the tournament.